Right, so we're gonna try some more cold waters. I'm starting a new campaign here as the last one ended in a stalemate where mutually assured destruction caused a ceasefire. So intelligence has discerned a pattern to movements of enemy at sea, replenishment tankers and tenders, a small enemy force, blah 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 blah. So there is a small force that is being refueled by tankers, and it's my job to fuck them. So let's see what I've got on board. I've got plenty of torpedoes, but I think maybe I'm gonna want maybe a couple more mosses than that. So let's unload 2 torpedoes and load up 2 more mosses. We could possibly even take fewer UGMs there. Let's take 6 UGMs and then we'll go back and have those torpedoes back. And then it's about casting off. Oh, let me look at my orders very quickly. So I've got to get to the Norwegian Sea, and there's going to be a fleet from Archangelsk. So I come out of Scotland, and somewhere here is going to be, somewhere in the Norwegian Sea, a Russian commie fleet is going to arrive. That's assuming I don't get hit by a hunter-killer sub-squadron first. Now hopefully something's gonna pass through this Sonus line. That could be it. And now I've found something. But annoyingly, I keep forgetting to lower my speed, so we're just blasting along there. Oops. I have a moderate thermal layer, 160 feet, that's going to be good. It's close to 20,000 yards. And rig for ultra quiet. And like an idiot, I forgot to look where that last known contact was. It's pretty deep here. So let's get above the layer and see if we can't then pick up some of these surface vessels on sonar. And there we have it, 2 contacts. I'm not even above the layer yet. Passing 500 feet. Now let's see if we can't identify S1. Now there's a third one, I didn't see that. I'm just going to stop my ascent there whilst I try and discover who they are. That might be a cash-in. Let's call that a cash-in, which is a warship. That's not a transport ship. Yeah, irritatingly enough, that's a warship. This one might be a submarine. That would make things much more interesting and difficult. No, that's a tanker. That must be a tanker. That must be an Andijan or whatever. And that will be the mission. S3. That. Oh, that looks like a Kirov. That is a big beast. So my target is this, my mission objective is going to be this tanker. But if I could take out the Kirov and the Kashin, that would be great. Although I still don't know what else there is out here. There could well be some other contacts out here. 3 ships doesn't sound like a huge amount. And now I'm getting some active radar pings coming my way. But they seem pretty far away. Now I have a bearing on that Kashin. I believe it's the Kirov pinging me. And the Kashin is also pinging me. Whether that is everyone or not is anyone's guess right now. It looks like the Kirov is trying to get out of here. The Kashin is 20,000 yards away. Let's see if I can't load up a Moss into Tube 4 and start causing some chaos by launching a decoy. Right, the Kashin now is a bit closer than I thought, and we have another contact. And what I thought was a Kashin is actually a Krivak. Come on, where are you? Perhaps this is another tanker vessel. Kirov seems to be much closer than I thought it was as well. For some reason, perhaps I'm not paying enough attention. I can't seem to match up these signatures. Yeah, humpback whale, that would be fun. Okay, this is going absolutely nowhere. What is wrong with me? Right, let's forget that. Now I'm actually worried that the Krivak knows where I am. So I think it's time to fire. Or scratch that. Oops. Well, that was a mistake. Let's quickly change that before I lose my wire. What I wanted to do there was actually get above the layer and then fire and then get below the layer, but instead I'm just going to go deeper. And we lost the wire there, and that is a Grisha 3, that target I just couldn't work out. It looks like that Krivak has detected a torpedo and he's getting the hell out of there. The Grisha is making its way over towards us. It's probably detected something. So if I fire a moss now, that will confuse the actual shit out of them. And then if I start sinking down, and it will hopefully make them think that my submarine is actually the moss here, the yellow torpedo-like object. Yeah, it appears as though the Andizan is just hightailing out of here. And I'm not sure what this is. This might be the Kirov. Yeah, this is the Kirov. It could be about time to give the Kirov a taste of my shoe. And it's actually hauling ass as well over towards me. So let's give it what for. And then full rudder, full left. Let's come about to a course of 0 degrees. And this is the first torpedo I fired. Looks like the looks like something is confused it a little bit, but that's not going to matter. Krivak's as good as dead. Grisha 3 swerving away, it doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Kirov doesn't seem to have any idea of what's happening either. And see, this ship is really trying to evade this torpedo. It looks like Kirov has only just noticed that there's a torpedo on the way, which I've just lost the wire on. And I heard a helicopter there, which is somewhat worrying. There we go. That's one down. Kirov is trying to evade my torpedo there, and let's hope we can take it out very soon. Well, it took a hit, but it's not down, so let's give it another one. Grisha's still on its way. So we just lost the wire on that weapon there. That shouldn't be a problem. As you can see, just ahead of me there, that is the down blast from the helicopter, I believe. Thankfully, it doesn't know where I am by the looks of things. Kirov has come to almost a complete stop now, I believe. I think we really took out its propellers or its engines. Although whether my torpedo is actually going to catch up or not is another matter. The Andizan is really getting out of here as well. One option could be that I surface and see if I can't take something out that way. But I am worried about this helicopter and any others that might be launched. I would need to take out the Kirov and the Grisha at least before I could come to the surface or launch any kind of missiles. But I believe the Kirov won't last too much longer with this torpedo gaining on it. I'm still very worried about this helicopter. I'm not sure what it's doing. Perhaps it is dropping a sonar buoy. speed up time very slightly there. So the Grisha here looks like it's picked up my moss. There we go, now that's the Kiro sunk. Perhaps the Grisha then picked up my moss there, who knows. So let's come to a bearing of 43, sorry, let's come to a bearing of 40. Not quite sure what is happening with the Grisha there. I think it might still be trying to detect this moss here, and you can see it circling around. No idea what this halo is doing. Right, you can see over in the distance the Grisha is depth charging my moss, which is only a good thing. So it might also be time to give him a taste of my shoe. Set that torpedo to ascend when it becomes active. We'll see if we can't hold the wire on this one. Helicopter's still there. You see the depth charges are still being blasted over there by the Grisha. This is him right now. I think he's still following the moss. Or perhaps he has detected this torpedo and is evading. And we lost the wire. Helicopter there. Doesn't know what the fuck it's doing. I believe the Grisha's really hightailing it out of there now. It would be nice to get a bead on this Anderson again. It might also be a good idea to increase speed. And that's if I can get to close some of the distance between myself and this Anderson, or perhaps even the Grisha. So the Grisha is basically blind to me right now. It can't hear anything. It's going so fast, it can't hear anything. And you can see my weapon there. My weapon there is active, and looks like it has discovered the ship. This might take a bit of time. I keep forgetting what I'm doing with my own ship, and I keep changing course. This might have been a bit ambitious with the Grisha. Let's compress time a little bit. See this noisemaker confusing the hell out of this torpedo. Would have been much easier if I had a wire. Let's check to see if my ship isn't doing anything stupid. Hopefully this is it now. There we go. Right. Now as you can see, I lost contact with the Andersen because of my speed there. But I'm going to take my speed up to a head full. And at this depth I'm not cavitating, so I don't believe any sonar will pick me up. I don't think that helicopter has any idea either. And what we'll do now, let's get a few thousand yards under our belts. And see what happens. Just watching out for that halo. Let's compress some time. And it just did it again. Fucked up with the bearings there where I compressed time. Apparently there's an aircraft nearby, I don't believe you. This game is quite spooky. Let's compress some more time there. No aircraft nearby, great. Let's go to ahead 1/3. Let's see if we can take the ship up above the layer, or the boat up I should say, above the layer, and see if we can't regain sonar contact with our transport ship there. There's no sign of a helicopter there. So let's see if we can get this boat up fast, and we'll load in a Tomahawk missile to see if we can't cover that range. And there we go. Radar or sonar contact is back. So we're just taking her all the way up to firing depth. If this contact is actually far away, we will fire a Tomahawk at it. But if it is close, I'll just torpedo it. But the only way to know that is to get a new firing solution. So right now we are at 34%. And I will need to come above the layer to get a faster representation or faster firing solution. So So let's come around to starboard for another leg. Bridge surface, that's not good. And they might have picked me up on radar, and if there's any helicopter or anything, that would have been bad. Wasn't really paying attention to my depth there. I really hope that helicopter hasn't seen me. Very bad at paying attention. Let's see if I can come to periscope depth. $53 feet. $49 feet. Let's raise the scope. We're looking at bearing 50. And there she is, right in the distance there. Let's see if we can't fire this off. Nice. Alright, let's get down. Right full rudder and go. Let's get out of here. I'm hoping this will find this ship and lock on, but I can't actually see the ship myself anymore. Now it's time to get out of here. And that's a hit. That's great. That was fucking fantastic. And now I'm ready to leave combat. Nice. All vessels sunk.